Hey there, folks. I'm MysteriousJG, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect Andromeda. Had a little break between videos. Kept my... It didn't have any PS4 that I particularly needed to play, so that was handy. Even though we have a easy autosave we could use, I just kind of kept my PS4 asleep. And in the meantime, to get myself in the mood for action-packed sci-fi, I've been on this weird John Pertwee Doctor Who kick through Daily Motion, which means A, I've become oddly familiar with the current set of Daily Motion commercials that pop up, including this down-home folksy music that plays as somebody tries to sell you energy savings on furnaces. An incredibly irritating commercial for natural gas where the music is cranked up to like 8 times the level of whatever you're watching. And at least one like weird political ad, but anyway. But no, Invasion of the Dinosaurs I watched. John Pertwee, Invasion of the Dinosaurs, Sarah Jane Smith's second story, famous for having the least convincing special effects of any Doctor Who series, episodes. And if you're familiar at all with Doctor Who, you'll know that one of the things this series was noted for in the old days, as much as people loved it, was having not convincing special effects. So Invasion of the Dinosaurs, famous for having the worst special effects in Doctor Who history, and in fact, I can say honestly, they are probably the worst special effects of any Doctor Who I've seen. But it's weird, people can't get past how bizarre the dinosaur puppets and how unconvincing they are. The story makes no freaking sense. It's really amusing, but anyway. So yeah, and I've watched the Doctor defeat an evil plan to save the environment. If you've seen Invasion of the Dinosaurs, then what I said actually makes sense. But it was all to get me fired up for the end game of Mass Effect Andromeda. So I'm in a good mood. I'm in a positive mood. I'm hoping that this will help me to... I'd really like to end this LP series on a positive note. I've gotten pretty down on this game as we've played through. I think anybody who's been watching every episode of this series all the way through... is probably, finding fault with this game as we go as well. But I do want to end things on a positive note, so I'm glad that I'm kind of in good spirits as we move into the ending. So let's get going. We're on the ship. We're supposed to somehow face the Archon's fleet. We've got points to distribute because apparently I'd lost track of this. Somewhere along the way, and we're about to level up again. But what we've been doing is just putting everything into combat to increase our damage. So, like sniper rifles, we've got 35% damage, increase 48% on shotguns. So what would happen if we say did level 5? No, wait, that's not going to work. We need level 4 and then level 3. That would be the perfect combo to use up all our points. Recharge speed or capacity? Who cares? I'm not actually going to use it. And that took us to 29. No, that's 49. I think that did increase. So we're spending more and more combat points. For profiles, I think we now... 232 points. I didn't mean to do that. It's Infiltrator that I've been going with, the one that gives you battlefield awareness. But in fact, Soldier, like the highest level Soldier, where you get even more weapon damage. Increase clips. This might actually be more useful to us at the very, very end than this is. But I'm pretty used to battlefield awareness at this point. But 232 skill points invested in combat. How many have we actually got? How close are we? Oh, we're still a ways off, so we're not going to get there. And everybody else has points to spend and nothing to spend them on, because they are completely maxed out. I've lost my internet connection. You've inspired everyone, Pathfinder. They'll be ready.
They'll be ready. But I need to talk.
Oh.
Please meet me on the bridge.
Well, I think we probably have a chance to chat with all of our squad members.
Worked out how to use mass effect fields to throw asteroids? brilliant.
That sounds pretty neat, but are we actually going to get to use that?
Contacted the outposts. Need a queue for people willing to help. We got this, Ryder. How could we not?
I guess we don't have real dialogue. We just
We
have
got this, Ryder. How could we not?
individual things. People say, hey, we're in our stripped down Sith Lord outfit instead of our Blasto shirt. That doesn't feel right. How can we end the game wearing anything other than our Blasto shirt? So y'all
Still keeping secrets. Our friends have some big guns. You have friends you don't know about. A lot of rainy day equipment is about to show up.
Oh, like Vulture Bobo, the Timely Rain? Do I have nothing? Oh, well, you don't even continue to have a little triangle that I can... Or a circle with a triangle in it that I can press and hold a triangle. That's how done you are with talking to us. I thought I saw Drac. Am I losing my mind here? Oh, yeah, okay, they're up there. Well, I'm sure that these dialogues, these little speeches, monologues everyone has, this will be our only chance to hear them. I did not hear these when I off-screen. I was just trying to get through as fast as I could because I was curious how much was left.
Locking it down back here. Board is lit and holding.
Well, Gil, you're certainly the most important character for us to talk to right now.
Prep is done, Pathfinder. Remnant is on the bridge and powered.
Remnant is on the bridge in power? Have I lost track of the plot
She'll
again?
hold. I promise you that. She'll hold. I promise you that.
Well, you're chattier than Vetra. Is this the Tantalus drive, or am I thinking of the Normandy? It's a cool name, Tantalus Drive Core.
Morda says she and the clan warriors are prepped and raring to go.
What are they going to do, though?
Let's do this, Ryder.
What, here? In front of the circus people?
Let's do this, Ryder. What's the plan? Ramming speed? Faster. Impressive.
See, he had something he wanted to say before we started talking to him. We didn't give him the chance. I wonder if Vetra had something else. Nope, she really is just done with us. I'm assuming talking to Cora triggers the next phase of stuff to happen. And I'm assuming that's because she's your love interest, and that if she wasn't, whoever your love interest was would be the person on the bridge with the special speech to start everything off. Oh, Lexi, even more important than... hey, we're going to respec.
I have a cocktail
Even more
of
important
meds
than our
to keep you
engineer.
at peak. The come down will hurt worse than anything the Archon can do.
Basically, you're suggesting I just take a whole bunch of drugs. Thanks.
Don't waste this shot.
And then she jams a needle in you.
Don't waste this shot.
Because it'll be game over. Whatever young Liquid Snake says. If we waste this shot, we lose. Klo, shouldn't you be flying the ship, or...
Whatever happens, this will be the Tempest's finest hour. Let's show the Ked how a real ship flies.
Never before have so many owed so much to so few.
Ready
Hold the
on your
line.
order.
Hold the line, motherfuckers.
Ready on your order.
No, you understand. No. We can always hide in the shadows.
Everyone is tying into the Tempest, and I kind of just realized that we're all your Sam now.
So you're still not doing anything on your own, you lazy fuck.
We'll keep it seamless so you can kick the Archon's tail. Get him.
I guess it should have been Feck, maybe? I don't know. I'm assuming... Yeah, why am I coming back? I'm sure she just repeats that.
We'll keep it seamless
Yeah.
so you can kick the Archon's tail. Get him.
Go get him, baby! We barely use the kitchen in this game. I think there was like one or two dialogues with Dirac in here. Oh, wait, I should... Can't slide back down. I wanted to see if there was anything going on in his room. Yes, that's right. I managed to turn this into a no-action video, even though the Nexus is under attack. Our sister's in desperate danger. Sam been shut down. Yeah, Sam is shut down. I know my sister's in danger.
So all power can be put towards the fight.
Ha! They won't let me check email. Thank you, Hamster. You are the inspiration that I need to take into this fight. Clearly, we'll be given some opportunity to have our final customize our wardrobe.
This will have to wait until the current crisis is over.
Okay, game. Alright, I got you. It makes sense that they probably don't want us going around changing from the Blasto shirt to something else during this particular moment in time. What about back over here? We gotta find Jawl and other various boring-ass characters to talk to. Oh, we did Lexi already. I guess that's the on the wrong floor. Alright, let's go up a level and then backtrack instead of going to the bridge so we can talk to Jawl. Yeah, a lot was riding on Jawl's shoulders as far as being the main in-game representative of the only alien race we were introduced to that wasn't just, you know, generic bad guys you fight. And it was a lot for him to shoulder, and I'm not sure that the Jawl character really pulled it off.
Is that remnant hookin' we refashioned holding up? Of course it is.
Excited.
Gil and I have got everything wired together. He says it's like butter. I think that's good.
Well, don't you guys have butter? I thought you guys are super advanced. Surely you have butter.
Don't let them take Meridian, huh? I want to see it all.
Maybe part of what makes them so advanced and sleek and sexy is that they invented margarine before butter.
Don't let them take Meridian, huh? I want to see it all.
Strike team missions. Are they gonna let me do this?
Shut down. So all power
okay.
towards the fight. Shut down. So all power can be put towards the fight.
That makes sense. I'm not connected to the internet, apparently.
We are committed.
It's good to hear that you are not connected to the internet.
All Angara, all the families, are offering everything we have.
What are you guys, like the Mafia? All the families? Even Tattaglia will join us in our strike. And he's got nothing to say. Great, thanks. Just talking about it. Are you... Let's just talk about how underwhelming he is as a character, and boom, he's got nothing to say at the end of the game. I don't even remember what this room was supposed to be, but it's got a cot and a whole bunch of machinery. I guess it's the tech lab. They've got a bionics lab with nobody in it. There's not really a whole lot of like fascinating characters that we haven't spoken to yet that I'm expecting to run into here. It's probably somebody really obvious I'm not thinking of that we have not met up with. Shut off so all the power can go to the fight.
This will have to wait until the current crisis is over.
Yeah, so the VidCon would be up in case we needed to communicate with our allies, but... That's right, folks. I'm going to talk to everybody now because these little snippets of dialogue can never be recovered. Except that we were already there, so I think I'm pretty much out. Pretty much down to... Unless there's somebody hiding in the escape... Oh, do you want to embark on the mission? Yes, let's do this thing. There's no place else we can go. Like, I guess... You know what it is? I didn't check that terminal. You're probably allowed to customize your equipment. That's probably it. Because otherwise, like, other than just chatting with people, there's not a whole lot going on. Apparently we've got new armor. Because there's a little icon there. I care over nothing. Incendiary ammo, disruptor ammo. I never use any of this stuff anyway. It's possible that on the higher difficulty level, I would really have to fall back on using that kind of stuff. I did not enjoy this game enough to go back and play it on a higher difficulty level, so it is unlikely I will be doing that. Again, like the lack of...
You really inspired them.
I'll say it
Here
later.
I was thinking you saved your best lines for me.
Well, I did.
We've
I
got a
didn't have
sorry
sex with the
Huntress is ready.
galaxy.
1,000 cuts will slow the kit down. You know I have to be the voice of reason out there.
What?
But for you, I'm whatever you need. Because I know you're hurting.
Well, you know me so well. Look at the pain that's etched in Ryder's face. What I was starting to say, which I've said before, was no second play of this game for me, even a non-LP one, just because it was fun playing as FemShep and being Renegade. In this one, their efforts to make it less binary Paragon Renegade by having 4 different paths for each piece of dialogue, it just meant that you never had a particularly strong decision to make. It was just your attitude in doing whatever the game makes you do. So, yeah, it's just it would be the same game again, except you'd have a slightly different attitude. Nothing you're saying would match up with what you thought you were choosing from the circle of choices anyway, and the way people reacted to you would barely change. I'm definitely hurting. The odds are against us. I'm going to need you. That's it. It's fine. I think you would. I think in this situation you would tell your true love that you need her.
I've got this. But in case something happens...
Oh, never mind. We're going with...
I need the person I trust most at my side.
I thought we were going with, in case I get killed, you got to be Pathfinder there.
Always.
Anyway, let's start the mission. That was it. One last little meaningless decision point. I wonder if she even says anything different when these other choices.
It is beautiful, isn't it? This weapon.
Oh, hey, you're still alive.
And yet, only I see
the captain of the
and I even have the
human arc, Hyperion. I never figured Sarah would die.
In the Pathfinder's memories. You have an implant and a connection.
Well, he has an implant too. It's just in a different place, you know what I mean?
I'll take Meridian. And then Helios will surrender or burn.
You'll
kind
get
of a jerk.
nothing from me. My brother will stop you.
My Wesley will come for me.
We'll know soon enough, because your Pathfinder is already here.
Why's he got a freaking loop on his head? This looks so silly.
You continue to defy your limitations. Impressive.
Most impressive. You know, I'll give them points for effort. They tried with the Archon to make an enemy, like a personal foe for Ryder, who's kind of interesting and cool. They haven't really done that since Saren. I mean, who gives a fuck about Harbinger? He's a freaking scary voice. You find out that he's a Reaper in the end of Mass Effect 2, and then you really don't give a shit about him in Mass Effect 3. So yeah, since Saren, we haven't really had a good villain for the hero to square up against as like a conflict of personalities. That being said, 10% of this game is the main story and 90% is side missions, and the weird disbalance that creates, especially when we now know that the side missions can all be played after you win the main story, just means that the Archon never matters to anything except those rare occasions when he actually pops up. So unless you're doing a main story mission where suddenly everybody's all focused and concerned with the Archon, otherwise the world at large doesn't seem to care about him, and that really undermines his ability to be more than just scary dude with a hula hoop built into his head. We're here to stop you, Archon. Are you alright, Sarah? I think you would check in on your sister, wouldn't you?
You okay?
He's crazy. If we don't submit, he'll use Meridian to kill everyone.
So you're saying I should submit?
Me and Sam.
You say that as though I should feel guilty.
Well,
Exaltation
I'm
is a
not
gift.
talking to you.
Those who can't see that deserve to die. You still command Remnant, but that began with the SAM and the implant. And now I have both.
You're basically a big
I
shitty
no
loser
longer
without
need
them.
Pathfinder,
Saying.
But since you insist on interfering, I'll give you my full attention.
Talk tongue, baby. And their big, kind of vaguely sea creature-y looking capital ships attack. The capital ships have this weird sea creature look, and their fighters with like their kind of weird horizontal wing and then like a vertical section that just has space for more thrusters. Like, I do at least appreciate that there's no particular reason, and I got into an argument, sort of, with somebody about this before. There's no particular reason their spaceships should look like airplanes, so it's nice that theirs don't. Renegade interrupt.
If you can't run from it, use it.
Oh man, those drugs that Lexi gave him are kicking in.
And use it.
Callum, how close can you edge the scourge?
Too close? Why?
Thanks to Dad, I have a plan. We stop running and use it. Why would I start talking about Dad? Even if something your dad says pops into mind, you're probably going to focus on what you're doing and not you know.
Bring us in tight so I can group the remnant. We're using the cluster's biggest headache to our advantage.
The biggest headache? You mean the bad facial animations? I wasn't really that bothered by the facial animations. Although there's a few occasionally it really does become noticeable. I'm just being cutesy. Oh, those are the remnant ships, right? Okay. So the remnant ships, the Scourge is designed to attack remnant tech because it's a weapon deployed by enemies of the remnant creators. So now we're basically using these remnant ships to pull a bunch of Scourge into the kit. Following? Yeah. So now he's staring at us, waiting for us to say something. Upset asshole? That is... I don't know what he actually says, but if that's it, it's the lamest thing possible. And is this posturing over yet? I don't know that you really need to say anything to the Archon right now. Just get on with attacking him.
I've tied up your fleet, Archon, and you're not outrunning me in Hyperion. There's no point in continuing this.
You wish to force my hand? So be it. Unlike you and the Pathfinder, I do not.
What is that thing floating around with him? Next one.
Have you.
Well, so you do require an implant.
Pathfinder, but not for me.
Oh, it's scanning her breasts. And her, you know, rest of her. It seemed particularly breast focused there for a moment. So, not sure what's happening now. We took out a big chunk of his fleet with Scourge crap. And now I guess he's landing on Eclipse, which is a Dyson sphere, so it's hollow. And he's flying into it. And it's like Ringworld, only it's a sphere.
What am I looking at?
A wonder.
Oh, is it a wonder of the world? Is it Galileo's telescope? We should keep that going as long as we can before we advance past that age. It gives you big research bonuses. I'm thinking of a specific Civilization game, which I don't think is one of the more widely played ones. Hey, architects. Architect.
Extrapolating from last known position.
It wasn't built for landing. We'll beat it down, like it or not.
Wherever the Archon goes to ground, that's where we're headed.
Nice Sith Lord armor, by the way.
4, 3.
And why are we in this? Why are we in this vehicle now? Why aren't we following it in the Hyperion or the ship?
Pathfinder, I've arranged a distraction while I find Meridian control.
And I'm just flat out telling you about it. I'm going to be open about the fact that we're just killing time now with pointless combat.
That's why you lost it. Looks like maneuvering thrusters only.
The Archon's betting we won't chase him with the Ark at risk.
We'll guard the Hyperion.
Kandros, who's with you?
The invitation was open, unless you're refusing Kadara's help.
We hold the
Can we hop out?
to kill Meridian.
Let's find the Archon.
Nope, we're not allowed to. We're supposed to be chasing at speed like this is really tense and exciting, but I was hoping, like, hey, can we explore on foot? This place looks neat. But no, in fact, we're supposed to be chasing at speed and...
Pathfinder?
Oh, no, it says we can't exit.
He's taken them.
Captain Dunn?
The core is lit up like Christmas, but Sam isn't talking.
Nope.
I think the Archon... Shit, I don't know what he did, but he has Sarah. Whatever Meridian can do, he'll try to take it.
Just focus on flying.
Yeah, he said he's going to turn into a weapon. We know that. So we're inside this crazy Dyson sphere called Meridian, and dude is going to crash the Hyperion, which he's hijacked, and we're chasing him. And we,
Starboard, all power.
I think we'd be able to see it if I hadn't fucked around and tried to get out. Because we're basically chasing on the ground so that we can board it when it lands. I think.
That's not the Hyperion.
Nope.
Kenner deploying to defend the Archon. Get in close.
Dangerous tactic, Kandros.
He's right. Mix with the ground troops. The big ship can't fire on you.
Not sure we have a choice.
Yeah. Oh, see, big crazy guns are firing. Because we'll eventually hit a point where we are forced by cinematics to get out of the vehicle and start fighting guys.
Debris incoming.
This entire driving sequence is just meant to look cool.
There's got to be some kind of control.
I don't object, I'm just saying. Oh, see, our vehicle's spontaneously not working, so now we get to get
Go
out.
through on foot.
And this is where, after all this time, I finally discovered that if you try to skip combat, most of the time you'll be forced to fight anyway.
Must be inside already.
He'll use Sarah to make Meridian a weapon. We can't let that happen.
Because after going through the entire game without really trying it, I attempted to skip these battles. Because I was like, game's over, why am I fighting you guys? Luckily, this mysterious, previously undiscovered Dyson sphere will have ammo crates inside of it when we clear out the first group of enemies. At this point, with my best combat gear on, there's not a whole lot I have to fear from a group of Ket ground troops, but this particular one seems to have placed himself somewhere where he's magically allowed to fire at me, but I can't fire at him, except that I just did, so never mind. And I'm going to prove that the game is almost over, and when I don't even bother to loot the bodies, that's when you'll know that madness is going on. The ghost of John Marston rises up to yell at Ryder for letting down the human race with his lack of looting.
Remember that.
Come on, you guys weren't spawned yet? I should have killed you. It's probably gonna have like a Krogan Berserker in here. I honestly don't remember from. It's been like the better part of a week since I played through off screen, just because I wanted to know how much was left, and then I got into it and finished. And I kind of feel bad about it. I should be playing this completely blind, and as it is, I know a little bit of what's coming. But I don't remember in detail. I'm sure there's gonna be a Krogan guy in here, because otherwise, what's the point? Oh, and that's right. Just other dudes show up. And this, I think, is where depends on which side quests you've done, whether you've made friends with Sloane Kelly or the Collectors. Probably either way, you'd probably get help from one group or the other. If you've helped the Krogan, then Krogan dudes will show up and just like frozen Drac in space and time there. But yeah, I ran past the enemies and got to here, and there was a door that didn't open. Because this is... Oh, this is Meridian. Is it? Well, I mean, we're on... Meridian's the frickin' planet we're on, but this is like the main base that we keep seeing pictures of and all these cool missions. I guess we can't see the picture for the previous missions anymore. Can we switch to a Helios task now? Defeat Ket guarding the entrance. Entrance to what? I don't know. The Archon is pushing to control Meridian. He said that if Helios does not submit, he'll use this power to destroy the entire planet, starting with Eos, fight through the Ket guarding the Archon's path, and the Remnant defending Meridian. The Archon must be stopped. Well, we're standing at the door to whatever building the plot wants us to go into. I'm not super clear on what's happening. I thought the Hyperion was going to crash. Maybe not. But anyway, somewhere inside that base is... Well, this is the big mission where, you know, they've made it pretty clear to us this is the final mission. The Archon's got the power to take over Meridian and use its terraforming power to lay waste to worlds rather than make them habitable, to force everybody to become Ket. And that's bad. He's also got her sister, so those two things, not good. And we got to put a stop to him. And we'll continue to work on that next time. Oddly, we have not leveled up yet. As a matter of fact, we don't look like we've gotten any experience for killing all those guys. Oh well. I'm MysteriousJG. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time as we continue on the home stretch here of Mass Effect Andromeda. Bye-bye.